Hello. Today we are starting Unit 12. We are going to start with a reading. Okay? The reading is about brands. Let's see what the reading is about. I'm going to read it out loud for you and explain what it is about. And then you can do the questions on the next page as homework. Okay, so I'm going to read the text, explain you what it is saying, trying to say, okay, and then you're going to solve the questions as homework. Here we're going to discuss about what makes a good brand great. Let's start with the reading. Nowadays, clothes aren't just clothes and drinks aren't just drinks. They are brands, okay? The brand name has become more important than just clothes or drinks. You do not go to a supermarket and just buy a drink. No, you get the brand. For example, Coca-Cola. It's a well-known brand. Clothes, you go to Zara or Prada. That's called brand. But what, apart from a good product, makes a good brand great? We know that brands always have good products. But what makes a good product great? What makes the brand great? Why do you select the particular brand that you select? Okay, let's see. A good name is the first thing. Ideally, it should be memorable and it should be easy to say in any language, like Zara or Coca-Cola. You can say that in any language, be it Chinese, Thai, Portuguese, English, simple words. So the name of the brand is very important. It has to be easy to say in any language. When Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started their computer company in the 1970s, they considered names like Matrix Electronics. But Jobs once worked on an apple farm in California, and that gave him the idea for Apple computers. So Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they started the very famous computer company that we all know by Apple today. But they were going to name the company Matrix Electronics. But then they decided to change the name and name it as Apple Computers. Do you know why? Because Steve Jobs had once worked on an Apple farm. And that's why he thought of naming his computer company as Apple. It's simple and it's easy. People can remember that name. Memorable. Memorable is easy to remember. Simple names are quite easy for people to remember than Matrix Electronics, which is not just hard, but even difficult for people to say and remember. So brands with really good names, easy names, are very easy for people to remember. Spelling isn't important either. Okay? Google was originally Google. Google, it actually has a meaning. Okay, which means a number 1 followed by 100 zeros. Okay, so this indicates the amount of knowledge that is available on the internet. So GOOGOL means this is the amount of information, 1 followed by 100 zeros. This is the amount of information, knowledge available on the internet. That means GOOGOL. But they changed that name from changed the spelling basically, GOOGLE to GOO. I'm so sorry. They changed the spelling from GOOGOL to GOOGLE. So it became very easier for people to remember Google, which means 1 followed by 100 zeros. Okay? Some popular brand names have surprising origins. Surprising origins? How they came to be called whatever they are called. Their origin, how they originated is surprising. For example, Starbucks. Starbucks is named after a character in the American novel Moby Dick, a very famous American novel, Moby Dick. So there was a character named Starbucks in that book, and from that character, the big coffee house has been named. Same with Yahoo. The founders of Yahoo, they got the name from the English classic book Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels is also a very famous book, a famous English classic book. So they named Yahoo from one of these books, from this book, the Gulliver's Travels. So sometimes the origin of these names are also surprising. Okay? You also need a good logo. Millions of dollars are spent every year by companies looking for ways to give the consumer a clear, simple image of the product. Okay, a logo. What is a logo? For example, the McDonald's logo. So simple and easy to remember. Just an M, a simple M. That is a good logo. Wherever you spot it, you know, oh, there's McDonald's nearby. This M, this is called the logo. You spot it anywhere and you know what it is about. You know what it's talking about. That's a good logo. So millions of dollars are spent every year by companies looking for different ways of logos, for simpler, easier logos, so they are memorable, just like their names, just like their brand names. So consumers can remember these logos. It's clear for them. It's simple for them. A simple image of the product. Okay, for example, Facebook, the FB. It has become such a famous logo. You just say FB and they know what they're talking about. People know what they mean by FB. So this is a good logo. So a brand needs a good name, a good logo as well. Although the person who created the Nike swoosh received just $55 for it. But money doesn't guarantee popularity. The logo for London Olympics Games of 2012, it cost £400,000 and took a year to design. So the swoosh logo just got $35. The person who designed the swoosh logo was paid only $35, but for London Olympic Games, they spent £400,000. And it almost took them a year to design, but it proved to be unpopular with almost everyone. It wasn't liked much by the people. It did not become popular. Even after spending so much money on it, it did not become popular. It was not liked by people. And it almost took 1 year for it to be designed. So money does not guarantee you, it does not promise you that your logo will be famous or people will like it, whether it will become popular or unpopular. It does not depend on money. So the design has to be liked by people. It has to be simple. It should give you a simple and clear image of the product. Colors are also important. Red represents passion and excitement. Okay, passionate. You're passionate about something. You're passionate about your product. You're passionate about learning English. Everyone has got a passion. Very passionate or excited about doing something in their life. And red is the color that represents this. White represents purity and simplicity. Although in some countries, like in my country, in India, white is the color of death. If you go to if someone's just recently died, you go to their house and you wear white clothes. Okay, if you go to their funerals, you wear white. So white in many countries can be associated with death. but it also represents purity and simplicity, calmness, peace. Then the color blue, it is associated with males, men. Boys like blue, girls like pink. Yellow is good for eye-catching messages. You're walking along the street and you see something in yellow and wow, it's eye-catching. You turn around, you take a look. What is it about? That's eye-catching. You stop and have a look at it. You read what's written on that yellow, bright yellow color or in bright yellow color. So yellow is good for eye-catching messages. While green, it signifies calmness, nature, quietness, like the trees, the bushes, grasses. Also, another thing important for these products, along with product name, design, and one more thing that's important is slogan. Slogans, again, they have to be simple and memorable, easy to remember. You cannot have anything difficult. Otherwise, people will forget about your product. They'll forget the brand. Also, it does not necessarily have to be grammatical. McDonald's, I'm loving it, and French Connections, you are man, are both not quite correct English. There's grammatical error in it. Okay, you don't say I'm loving it because love is a state verb. You did not say loving. I'm loving it. Do Americans say that nowadays? But you never say I'm loving it. Now it has also become a very famous slogan associated with McDonald's. So it's accepted everywhere, worldwide. But I'm loving it is not correct English. Even you are man is not a correct question. A correct English grammatical question would be, are you man? But these are slogans from very popular brands and they have become popular slogans even if they are grammatically wrong. Okay, so slogans, they have to be simple, easy to remember, and of course sometimes not necessarily grammatically correct. They're catchy. People remember them. When you say I'm loving it, people know, oh, I'm talking about McDonald's burgers. So slogans are also important. It also helps if your product is supported by the right celebrity. Celebrities are people well-known, popular, famous people all around the world. For example, Barack Obama. When Barack Obama drank from a bottle of Buxton mineral water during a visit to the UK, sales of the water increased immediately. So he was seen drinking water from a bottle from the Buxton mineral water and everyone wanted to drink the same water. Everyone wanted to buy the same bottle, Buxton mineral water. So the sales increased. If you have a celebrity endorse the